as you need it, can grab the right data from those sources, process it very, very, very quickly, and distribute it to the right endpoints to be applied. And finally, identity resolution. Identity is something I don't think we talk about enough. So I wanted to make sure that we emphasize this in the enterprise marketing core. Identity resolution is your ability to identify and apply a profile to every interaction that you have with customers or prospective customers. And we need to think about this very strategically because previously we might have said, I've got an email address. I'm going to use this in some parts of the marketing mix, and I've got a cookie ID so I can target them. To identify customers across the entire journey, across all of these media, we need to have a strategic view of how we look at identity resolution in our company so we can tie those identities together to know that it's the same person. I think if you can master these 5 aspects, and I'm not saying they all have to come from the same vendor, that you even have to build it yourself. You might already have some aspects of this, but if you can master these 5 things, those are the 5 aspects that drive business value and are totally unique to your company that nobody else can reproduce or know better than you. What I think the real benefit is having the enterprise marketing core actually puts marketers back in control. So many organizations that I talk to today feel like they're being reactive, just trying to keep up with customers want, just trying to power through the day of sending out the next batch of messages or ads. Having this kind of capability in your corner gives the ability to be proactive, to control the data that gets used, to have all the information at your fingertips, and to deliver those experiences anywhere you need to. I think this is the key to making marketing technology a strategic weapon for your business, not just a tactical tool that you use to distribute ads. It gives you flexibility. Once you have this backbone of the enterprise marketing core, you can add new data to a new problem. You can take data out of it if you have to. You can add a new application. Say you need another messaging vendor. Say you want to try a new DMP. You can plug all of those into the marketing core without having to restart or replatform everything. It creates value. Again, this is the home of intellectual property for your business. Understanding the customer journeys, having a view of how your customers react, being able to identify your customers and having a cohesive identity graph. This is intellectual property. This is institutional knowledge that you need to own as marketers, that no one else can better understand, and again, that no one else can create. And finally, it creates visibility. It creates this backbone by which we can now legitimately think about crafting integrated offline and digital experiences, which again, in a post-digital world, the difference between offline and digital don't exist. It's just an experience, and we need the ability to bridge all of those experiences that you're delivering. So as I wrap up here today, there are 5 things I'd like you to go back to the office tonight, next week, and think about doing in your business to really start bringing this to life. The first is adopt a post-digital mindset. Start thinking about what the customer wants and the cohesive customer experience that you deliver. It's not about channels. It's not about a discrete period of time. It's about the cohesive experience. Second, identify the technology that you've got that actually drives value. Separate the tactical tools from the strategic tools in your systems. Because the strategic tools are the ones you're going to double down on and invest in and develop that intellectual property in. Tactical tools you're still going to need, but those can probably be done cheaper, faster, easier. You can outsource them if you want to. These are the kinds of decisions that knowing where that breaking point or that tipping point is in your tech stack. Start contextualizing campaigns into journeys. And this is probably the toughest one because it's hard to do. If you run in a campaign-based environment today, which I'm willing to bet everybody does, moving to continuous engagement is hard. It's going to take time and effort because it's a fundamental rethink of how your marketing operates. So you can start simple. Take one customer segment and string together 2 interactions. That's all you have to start with. Then add a third, or try it with another customer segment, and build it up over time. But start doing it now, because it will take time. You don't want to wake up in a couple of years when this is imperative for your strategy and you haven't started yet. Balance your buying criteria when you're acquiring marketing technology. You're never just buying a tool. You're building a solution for your company. So the integration capabilities, the usability, the data facilities are actually as important, if not more important, than the actual features and functionality themselves. And prioritize identity resolution. I think that identity, knowing the identity graph of your customers, being able to manage that. Think about the applications of owning that identity graph, right? Being able to monetize it internally, having real frequency management for your brand. Wouldn't that be